How's it going out there, YouTubers? Cyberneticshark here with another new movie review for you. So let's get right into this review and see what I saw. Last week, I had the chance finally of getting to see an awesome new sequel film that was just so fun and so enjoyable and very entertaining. And that is the awesome film Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Now, this awesome film, I feel, is beautiful and well directed. It just was so amazing, and I thought it was a great and wonderful sequel, and it really showed Robin Williams love and the scene that they kind of show him, show his character was there in, and gave him props for being in the original one. Now, this fun film has a huge cast and an awesome director. Now, the awesome director of this film is actually Mr. Jake Kasdan. Now, Jake Kasdan actually is the son of an awesome gentleman named Lawrence Kasdan, who was one of the original directors and writers, I believe, of the original Star Wars trilogy. So I thought that was kind of interesting that his father is that gentleman. But Jake Kasdan actually has directed a couple other great films that I think are absolutely just funny films, and you can kind of see that chemistry he had in those films in Jumanji. Now, the couple films that he directed are such films as the awesome and amazing film with Jack Black and Colin Hanks together, and that is the film Orange County. Orange County is just a fun film. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was super funny. There's some great one-liners in the film, and just Jack Black is absolutely hilarious, and I absolutely love him in it. I think he's so super funny in it. And, between everyone else that's involved in the film, everyone is just really fun. And it was just a really well-done film, too, as well. I thought it was, super smart for its time. I love the addition of, Mike White was in the film for a brief part. You had also Harold Ramis in it, too, who was really funny in it, too, as well. It just was a fun film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's really cool. It's really funny. It's just all-around fun and entertaining. Another film that Jake Kasdan actually directed was another interesting film that came out a few years ago and was one of Cameron Diaz's, more naughtier films, as they would consider it, because she kind of plays like a very naughty character, very sexualized, I feel. And that is the film Bad Teacher. Now, Bad Teacher was actually pretty funny. It wasn't super perfect, but at the same time, it still was entertaining. And her character in it was kind of really funny, along with the characters of Justin Timberlake being one of the characters in the film, along with Jason Segel as well, too, which I thought was really funny. And it's kind of an interesting, take on, what if there was this, substitute teacher, or this teacher that came in that just was, so out of it and, just so bad, what would it be like? And that's pretty much what that film did. But Jake Kasdan did an amazing job with Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. He made it very entertaining, super funny, and with a lot of great scenes. It just was super action-packed, and I love a lot of the scenes in it and just what they did with the film, making it like it was actually like a video game, along with the elements of the original Jumanji film. So I thought that was really good, and I thought they did a really good OD to the original Jumanji film. And he just was so well directed, and he directed the crap out of it, I thought. He did a really good job. So we have starring in the film a couple awesome and amazing actors and actresses. To start out this off is the awesome Mr. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Now, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, we know from a whole bunch of slow films. We know him from Fast 5 and on through the recent Fast and Furious films. And we also know him from such films as Faster and, so forth like that. And as a wrestler. But a couple films I really enjoyed him in were such films as the awesome action-packed disaster film San Andreas, which was actually probably one of the first times I recall seeing a disaster movie about the San Andreas Fault. I remember they've mentioned it in previous disaster films, but never focused mainly on that fault itself. And I thought it was really well done. Lots of great action sequences, and everyone in it was really fun. And I really liked The Rock in it. I thought he did a good job and played that character to the T. Another great film that he was in that was really fun. It was a great comedy film and family film, and was super funny. And I thought there was a lot of great chemistry in the film, and just it was pure, magic. I feel with how entertaining it was, and that is the film Tooth Fairy, where he plays basically this hockey player with the nickname Tooth Fairy, and ends up becoming a Tooth Fairy itself because he says that tooth fairies don't exist. So it was a super funny film. It had a huge cast. You had Ashley Judd in it. You had the awesome Billy Crystal in it, who is super funny in it. It's just a really fun film, and it was really well casted and just real fun. But in Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, the Dwayne The Rock Johnson was awesome in it. I loved his new take on kind of being like a nerdy kid that has, like these issues and these emotions and stuff like that. And I absolutely love it when The Rock plays characters like that are completely different from, characters like Hobbs or characters like He Wasn't Fast or San Andreas, Baywatch, and so forth. I just really enjoyed him kind of playing a whole different type of character. And he was really good in it, and I really enjoyed it. He really made me laugh throughout the whole film because I just thought he was so stinking funny. He was real fun and just super silly. We also have in the film another awesome actor who is just super funny himself, and everything he's in, he's just hilarious, and I always crack up at him because he's just so funny. And that's Mr. Kevin Hart. Now, Kevin Hart has been in a slew of films, too, as well in the recent years, such as the Ride Along series, About Last Night, and so forth. A couple movies that I really enjoyed him in that I think are really fun films are such films as the other Dwayne The Rock Johnson type of film that he stars along with is Central Intelligence, which was a really awesome film. Another one where The Rock and Kevin Hart just played so well together, and The Rock was just really awesome in his character that he was playing. But Kevin Hart was just so hilarious, and I absolutely love how he always plays kind of like these scared guys trying to be normal, but at the same time kind of nice, and at the same time he's trying to be tough and stuff. It's just so stinking funny because of how short he is and stuff like that, and he tries to put on this macho persona. It was so stinking hilarious in that film. He had some of the greatest one-liners in that, and he made a great film. Another great film that I absolutely thought he was hilarious in was such as the awesome film Think Like a Man 2, which was the sequel to Think Like a Man. And he just was I thought he was so much funnier in the second one than the first one. And just, him thinking that he could get this huge villa place for so cheap, and actually it wasn't. It was actually $4,000 off, not $4,000 a night. And stuff like that, and just the comic timing he has to go through and stuff like that throughout the film is just super hilarious, and he made that movie so fun. But in Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle, he was awesome again. He was just super hilarious. I loved it. He just played himself to the T again, and he just was super hilarious. Every scene he was in, it was just pure delight and just super entertaining. I absolutely loved him in it. I thought he could have put a little bit more funny things into it, because I felt he was a little bit flat in certain things in this one versus other films I've seen him in. So I was really surprised by that, because he was kind of a little bit more grounded in this film versus his other films. So that was kind of interesting to see too as well, and made the movie interesting too. We also have in the film another awesome actor who I absolutely think is hilarious and just is a great actor and comedian, and that's Mr. Jack Black. Now, Jack Black we all recognize from such films as School of Rock, films like that, as his group Tenacious D and so forth. But a couple films I really enjoyed him in and thought he was really good in were such films as the awesome and amazing film that I don't think gets enough credit for how good of a film it was, and I think it was super entertaining. And that's the film Gulliver's Travel. Now, this was a kind of a, updated, a new, live action version of Gulliver's Travel. It's been done several times, but I thought they did a really fun job with this film. It was super entertaining, it had a great cast, and it was just funny. I thought it was really good, and I felt that it got kind of a rap and didn't get enough credit for how funny of a film was and how good Jack Black was in it. Another awesome film that Jack Black was in was the awesome and amazing book-based movie that came out a couple years ago and has a sequel coming out soon, and that is the film Goosebumps, which is like a huge, awesome film to me. Oh my gosh, I was so ecstatic when they said that they were actually going to make a book series such as Goosebumps into a movie finally. I was like so ecstatic because I grew up reading Goosebumps and thought they were so awesome, and just the whole idea that they put behind it and how it worked, I thought was really awesome. And everyone involved was really awesome in it and fun. It just was pure entertainment. It was super good for all ages. It had a great cast, like I said. And just, it was pure Jack Black's imagination, too. Because he brought R.L. Stine to life, and I thought it was so awesome. Especially with that kind of accent that he has in the film. I absolutely thought that was hilarious. And just how he made the character come to life, it was just awesome and super cool. Really great film. But in the awesome Jumanji film, Welcome to the Jungle, Jack Black, I absolutely think was hilarious playing, having to be this feminine character and having to be this girl in the movie. And he just was like super hilarious playing this character. And all the scenes where he's like, yeah, and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, I laughed so hard because it was just so stinking funny. But he was a great addition to the family too in the film, and he just worked so well with everyone else, and they all made the film just so awesome and just really fun and interesting. We also have in the film another awesome actress that I absolutely think is just amazingly gorgeous and just an awesome actress, and that is Miss Karen Gillian. Now, Karen Gillian has been, of course, in a few different movies over the last, 4 or 5 years. Has played some interesting characters. And a couple of films that I thought she was really good in were such films as the awesome, based on true story film, The Big Short, which was a really well done film. Huge cast, Steve Carell, Brad Pitt, Christian Bale. Just had a really good cast, and she was a really good asset in the film. And just made the film fun and brought a new chemistry and a different light to her acting ability. And I really enjoyed that because I feel that she has a really good wide range, and she really showed it in The Big Short. Of course, another film that she was in that I think she actually had a little bigger role and I thought was a better role of this certain character of Nebula, and that is the awesome film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Which I absolutely love that they brought Nebula back and gave her kind of a bigger role. And I thought she was really good, and this character has kind of developed a little more. And she did a really good job, and I really enjoyed it. And she kicked butt once again in the film and just was really cool. But in Jumanji Welcome to Jungle, she was absolutely freaking hilarious. I was laughing so hard at all her scenes, especially the scenes where she's trying to learn how to be more feminine and, turn guys on and stuff, where Jack Black is teaching her. That was absolutely the best scene in the film. It was so hilarious, and just how she was like doing stuff like this, and stuff. Oh my god, that was so stinking funny. She was absolutely perfect in the movie and absolutely a perfect addition for this film and brought it completely to life. It was really awesome, and I really enjoyed her in it. Now, a few other honorable mentions that are in the film are such as Colin Hanks was in the film. Nick Jonas was in the film too as well, which was really awesome. You also had Timothy Matheson in the role too. And also you had the awesome Bobby Cannavale in the film too as well, which I thought was really awesome. Just a really well-rounded cast and just an awesome film altogether. Really good, just really fun, and just a pure pleasure and pure entertainment. Now, if you're not familiar with what Jumanji Welcome to the Jungle is about, basically the premise of this film is these kids find this game system, basically, down in this basement of their school after they're being in detention, and decide to play it. And so when they play it, all of a sudden they get sucked into the video game, which happens to be Jumanji Evolved. And basically, the rest of the film is about them trying to beat the game and get out of Jumanji so they can go back to the real world. And basically, throughout the film, they discover things about themselves that they didn't realize, and basically helps them to be a better person. So it was a really well done film, like I said, just so amazing and wonderful. Everyone involved was really awesome and just really cool. This movie was so just pure entertainment. It was so fun to watch. Definitely something I can't wait to add to my collection when it comes out on DVD, 4K, Blu-ray. And it's just a real fun film. If you haven't seen it, go definitely check it out in theaters. It is so fun, especially on the big screen. There's some great scenes with everybody involved, and it's just a fun film. Definitely go see it, people. It's worth a watch. Really fun. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up on this one, people. Really fun. Really enjoyable. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. And as always, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or if you've been here before and haven't subscribed yet, what you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss one of these awesome reviews or any of the awesome videos I put up. And as always, check out that awesome link down below about the awesome Horror Pack. Now, Horror Pack is an awesome subscription service that provides awesome either DVDs or Blu-rays of awesome horror films. And these are random horror films that come to you, and especially if you're a huge horror fan or just a movie collector, what's not better than getting limited editions that only this service provides? Each box comes with a limited edition that you can't get anywhere else. And also, this is just an awesome subscription service that, comes right to your door and you don't even have to leave the house. What better subscription thing is that? Especially if you like Loot Crate or anything like that. This is also an awesome thing to get, especially if you're big fans of those types of things and collecting stuff as well. So if you're interested, let me know down in the comments, or if you are going to sign up, let me know in the comments so I can hook you up with a discount on your first month. And as always, catch you in the next one.